Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into one of the most important foundations of the Internet of Things, IoT Communication Protocols. If IoT devices are the body, communication protocols are the language they use to talk to each other and to the cloud. Without these protocols, billions of connected devices simply wouldn't function. Let's begin by understanding the architecture behind IoT communication. IoT communication follows a four-layer architecture. At the bottom, we have the perception or physical layer. This includes sensors, actuators, and connectivity technologies like Wi-Fi, BLE, Zigbee, and LoRa. Above that is the network layer, responsible for routing and addressing using protocols like IPv6 and 6LoWPAN. Next comes the transport layer, which ensures end-to-end communication. This is where TCP and UDP operate. Finally, the application layer, which handles high-level communication using protocols like MQTT, CoAP, HTTP, and AMQP. Each layer plays a specific role, and choosing the right protocol depends on your application needs. Let's start with one of the most important IoT protocols, MQTT. MQTT stands for Message Queuing Telemetry Transport. It works on a publish-subscribe model. Instead of devices communicating directly with each other, they send data to a central broker. Any device subscribed to that topic receives the message. This makes MQTT lightweight, bandwidth efficient, reliable through quality of service levels. That's why MQTT is widely used in cloud-based IoT systems and industrial monitoring. Now let's compare CoAP and HTTP. HTTP is the backbone of the web, but it is heavy for small IoT devices. CoAP, which stands for Constrained Application Protocol, is designed specifically for low-power, resource-limited devices. Key difference: HTTP uses TCP. CoAP uses UDP. CoAP has a smaller header size and lower overhead, making it ideal for machine-to-machine communication. So when you need lightweight web-like communication for tiny sensors, CoAP is often the better choice. This brings us to the core transport protocols, TCP and UDP. TCP is reliable. It ensures every packet reaches the destination in order. But this reliability comes with extra overhead and slower speed. UDP is fast. It sends data without checking delivery. There is no handshake and no retransmission. So the decision is simple. If reliability is critical, choose TCP. If speed and low latency are important, choose UDP. Now let's move to short-range connectivity. Wi-Fi provides high data rates and is ideal for devices like security cameras and smart TVs. But Wi-Fi consumes more power. On the other hand, Bluetooth Low Energy, or BLE, is designed for ultra-low power consumption. Devices can run for years on a small battery. BLE is perfect for wearables, fitness trackers, and smart locks. So here, the trade-off is between speed and battery life. If you need a network covering an entire building, Zigbee becomes powerful. Zigbee uses a mesh topology. This means every device can act as a router. If one path fails, the network automatically finds another. This makes Zigbee reliable and scalable for smart homes and industrial automation. For long distances, we use LoRaWAN. LoRaWAN can transmit data up to 15 kilometers in rural areas. It is designed for small data packets sent infrequently, allowing sensors to operate for years on a single battery. It uses a star-of-stars architecture, where end devices communicate with gateways. LoRaWAN is ideal for smart agriculture and smart city applications. Now let's talk about cellular IoT, NB-IoT and LTE-M. These use existing cellular infrastructure. NB-IoT is optimized for stationary devices like smart meters. LTE-M supports mobility and higher data rates, making it suitable for asset tracking and fleet management. When you need wide coverage and mobility, cellular IoT is the solution. So how do we choose the right protocol? You must balance three main factors: Range, power consumption, data rate. There is no universal protocol for all IoT systems. For example, Wi-Fi gives high data rate but consumes more power. LoRaWAN provides long range but very low data rate. BLE offers ultra-low power but short range. Protocol selection always depends on the application. In real-world applications, smart agriculture uses LoRaWAN. Smart health devices use BLE. Industrial IoT uses MQTT for efficient cloud communication. Smart cities use NB-IoT or LTE-M. Each protocol solves a specific engineering problem. To summarize, IoT communication is layered. MQTT dominates cloud messaging. CoAP optimizes web communication for small devices. TCP ensures reliability. UDP ensures speed. Zigbee builds mesh networks. LoRaWAN covers long distances. Cellular IoT provides mobility and wide area coverage. Choosing the correct protocol is all about understanding the trade-offs. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, like, share, and subscribe for more IoT and embedded systems lectures.